Okay, picture this. You said that you wanted to start something. You plan everything. What to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Now is the time to actually sit down and do it. And for some reason, it feels like there is a chain holding you back that makes absolutely no sense since you said that you wanted to do that things. So why? Why does it even exist, this type of feelings?
It's draining, isn't it? Knowing exactly what you have to do, but feeling physically unable to do it. You sit staring at your messy room, your unfinished projects, your unread messages, and you do nothing. You hate living like that, but no matter how hard you try, everything is still the same. And the worst part, you don't even have a reason why. Not long ago, I was right here. My room was messy. Every responsibility I had was left to tomorrow. Gym? 0. Healthy eating? 0. Every single thing I had to do felt like it was draining, down to the little things, and for a long time I couldn't understand why. I knew I needed to make a change, but when it was time to actually do something, I would freeze. But then, I realized something. I've always been someone who has to have a reason why things happen, so I started to wonder, why was I fighting this battle in my head? Why did my very own mind resist me? And once I figured out the real reason why, everything changed. That's what I want to share with you today, because if you're watching this, I have a feeling you feel stuck as well. And if these words can help even a single person break free of that cycle, then this video has done its job. Why your brain is working against you. Your brain isn't lazy. It's designed to survive, not to be productive. Every time you do something difficult or something you don't want to do, your brain reinforces that behavior. It creates a pattern of resistance, and the more you do it, the stronger it becomes. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a neuroscientist and author, has extensively examined the relationship between repetition and personal identity. According to his work, what we do over and over again doesn't just create our habits, it defines who we become. But how does it actually take place in the brain? The brain is a pattern recognition machine. Every action, thought, and emotional reaction creates a neural connection. The more you repeat that action or thought, the stronger that connection becomes. A single experience creates an emotion. You wake up feeling groggy and annoyed. You're driving to work and someone cuts you off. You feel anger and frustration building. That emotion lingers and evolves into a mood. Hours later, you're still annoyed. You snap at your coworker. You can't focus because you're still thinking about how your day started. If repeated frequently, it becomes a temperament. If you feel this way several times a week, it becomes your default emotional state. Your body learns this response, making frustration more easily triggered in everyday situations. Over months and years, it becomes your personality. If repeated long enough, your emotional reactions shape your character. You start to identify as someone who's always under pressure, someone who can't focus, or someone who hates mornings. This identity becomes so deeply rooted that trying to shift it feels wrong, because it disrupts the version of yourself your brain has reinforced over the years. If you've spent years avoiding discomfort, procrastinating, skipping exercise, avoiding tough work, your brain has built a default around that behavior. So when you try to build a new habit, you're not just making a decision, you're overwriting the system. Think of it like software that's been running the same program for years. If you suddenly try to install an update, the system rejects it. Why? Because the old program is familiar, and the new one is foreign. Your brain does the same thing. When you try to wake up early after years of sleeping in, your body resists. When you try to go to the gym after years of avoiding exercise, your mind screams at you to stop. When you try to focus on work after years of distractions, your attention automatically wanders. It's not that you're weak, it's that you're trying to rewrite a system that your brain considers normal. Here's the kicker. The way you think about the action makes it 10 times harder. If every time you sit down to study, exercise, or clean, you think, "This sucks, this is a waste of time, I'd rather do something else," your brain learns to associate that task with discomfort, and the more you reinforce that belief, the harder it becomes to break. So when you finally force yourself to do it, your brain automatically triggers resistance. Not because the task is inherently difficult, but because you've trained yourself to hate it. But here's the thing. The problem isn't the task itself, it's how you've conditioned yourself to see it. The shift that changes everything. If you take just one thing from this video, let it be this. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's simply following the program it's been running for years. And like any program, it can be rewritten. Now, I'm not here to give you the classic battle against your mind speech like David Goggins. That mindset works, but that's not the focus of this video. Goggins' philosophy is about pushing past your limits, about breaking yourself to build something stronger, and that's powerful. But before you can break limits, you have to start. And that's where most people fail. People believe that to start something, they need to do it perfectly. But that's simply impossible. Nobody, and I mean nobody, starts as a master. Think about the best athletes, musicians, creators. They all sucked at the beginning. The only difference? They cared enough about what they were doing to keep improving. And this is what needs to stick in your mind. There is no perfection without starting first. Even when I started this YouTube channel, I wanted everything to be flawless. Perfect scripts, perfect videos, perfect delivery. But here's the truth. Perfection doesn't exist without learning first. You have to go through the messy, imperfect, uncomfortable phase before you can even think about perfecting something. Instead of resisting the action, you need to reprogram how you see it before you even begin. If you go into something thinking, this is gonna suck, I won't be able to do this is too much for me, your body will react exactly as expected, with resistance, discomfort, and the urge to quit. But the first step to change is rewiring your perception. Your brain needs to accept an action before your body does. If you approach something with neutrality instead of dread, you remove the biggest barrier before you even start. So instead of saying, I have to do this, say, this is different, but that's okay. Instead of saying, this is going to be exhausting, say, I don't have to love this. I just have to start. At first, change will feel unnatural. It will feel uncomfortable. But that doesn't mean you're failing. It just means your brain is adjusting to a new program. And that's how you break free, one small decision at a time.